Welcome to radicalwellnesstv.com. This is Sandy, and she's here to talk about animal wisdom.
Hey,
Sandy.
I'm Sandy Rakowitz of One Heart Healing Center, and I work with people as well as with animals. Many people contact me to connect with their animals, to tune in, to do animal communication and or connecting with their energy field and looking at a lot of behavior issues and what's going on between them, asking questions about different types of behavior. I also do a lot of teaching of different holistic methods and holistic practices of how to work and be with your animal, as well as deepen your connections with yourself. I have a lot of background in training with energy healing as well, with the Barb Heiam-Bjornsen School of Healing, and with hands-on work, doing that with people as well as with animals, and other types of modalities like Tellington T-Touch, as well as have expanded into doing business with women entrepreneurs and helping their businesses to grow and flourish and making a innovative, impactful impact on the world.
Well, I was just going to say, I'm Barb Heiam-Bjornsen. I'm with Radical Wellness as well. I went and met with Sandy the other day and watched her work with horses, and it was just fabulous up there in Los Osos at the Sea Ranch. The
Barbie Breen's.
Yeah, Barbie Breen's
Seahorse Ranch.
Seahorse Ranch up in Los Osos. And what it was is she works with people that are trying to teach behavioral methods with their horses, because they might have a little problem here and there. And it was fascinating how calming it was, the energy work with the horses.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand you also work with people.
Yes.
So that would be interesting to know about. And you have a women's part of your business.
Women entrepreneurs and people from many different walks of life, but there's a real focus with women entrepreneurs and helping to launch their businesses, grow into a fuller practice, really honing into what it is that their true work is, creating signature systems and how to be able to put that out in more meaningful, impactful ways in the world.
Okay. Well, let's say I was just starting a new business. Where would I find you on the internet?
So I have One Heart Healing Center, so it's onehearthealingcenter.com.
Okay.
And so I work underneath and with all of the work that I do. It's really about deepening the connection with yourself and understanding what your intuition says. A lot of times as women in business or with any area of life, we override those inklings and that information that comes through our heart, and or we don't really know all of the steps of how to bring everything out into a really coherent whole, and how to reach the people that you'd like to reach and be able to develop their programs more fully.
Okay, so this would be really good for someone who's just starting out. Really get a grasp of how to make a mission statement and how to maybe get into social media too.
Yes, I do.
Really help them from the early stages to.
Yeah, I can do that, but really even before doing that, we have to know what is it that are your particular gifts. This is where I really shine. I really love to work with people about what is it that comes through you and how it comes through you with your particular gifts. So for instance, even just for you, it's like you're great at asking questions and connecting with people. So I do a whole process in branding with archetypes. It really hones in what is looking at what you want and where you want your business to be going, your work in the world, and looking at really shines the light so beautifully on what are your particular gifts and what are the messages that comes through you. We start often, not always, but we often start there because that creates a really good foundation for a lens of how to look through of what it is you've already been doing that you love, what you want to be doing, and then we can work from there to bring all of that together and really bring up the best of you.
Okay.
Really, really clearly.
So you're good at bringing out the best in people.
Yes. And like, for instance, I'm working with one person now from back east, and it's been so much fun because she's really gone and dove into she's moving her business from one holistic modality into a different area, and yet she's bringing with her so many wonderful qualities. And so through this process, she's really honing her message, really honing what is it that makes her heart sing, that makes her joyful in when she works with people, and what themes she's seeing in the people who are coming to her and what she's bringing forward. And so she's developing her message, she's developing her program, she's developing how she wants to bring that out, not in just a session by session modality, which is what we've kind of all come through the holistic model, through the model of psychology is really what we've been used to. And a lot of women can't really make it as well as they'd like to that way, and there are also so many women, most, are doing so many other things that they bring in with each of their clients in that 1 hour model that they would love to expand on, and that would really bring things out much more fruitfully with a greater impact.
Okay, so you're finding, like myself, because I'm an astrologer, Reiki healer, feng shui consultant, but I also do marketing. So you're finding that a lot of gals are diversified.
Oh yeah. As I learned from one of my mentors, multi-passionate.
Multi-passionate. Okay, ladies. I like it.
Yeah. So for instance, I mean, I started with teaching horseback riding and training horses as a teenager and showing horses. And then I found Tellington T-Touch and centered riding, and so I became a practitioner and an instructor in those areas. And then as that started opening more and more areas, as I was working with the particular horse that I still have 30 years later. Yes, and he's actually helped open a lot of those doors. That's a big, wonderful story in and of itself, and kept going. Opened into using essential oils, opened into using crystals and homeopathy, opened into doing energy healing and working with the consciousness of all beings as well as with human clients, and looking at the energy field, the chakras, the balance in the energy field, and then working our way through those things that come into our blocks. What is our lifelong passion, our soul passion? How do we ground that and anchor that and bring that forward? And so my work now is really an expansion of all of that, and helping people do hands-on work with their animals, whether it be energy work. Like this morning I was working with a woman long distance with her horse. It was just so beautiful.
Really?
Just helping her communicate with her horse, tune in from a distance. Actually, the horse was out in the barn, she was in the house, and looking at, sensing into what is he saying, what does he need, what does he want, what's going on in his body, and not just going from what I think should happen, but to let's tune in through your heart, tune in, ask him, say, I'm sensing this, and he says, yes, but that's right, but go to my tail. She's like, well, I don't understand that. I said, well, let's just follow that. So she followed that. She goes, I'm getting his pelvis. And I said, okay, put a hand there. What about if you put a hand here, put a hand here? And what ensued was so beautiful. A whole other rhythm of how she worked and how she tuned in, connecting with her horse. It was just so beautiful.
So she was in her house?
Yes.
You were out here in California?
Yes, she's in Virginia.
She's in Virginia. And the horse was in the barn?
Yes.
Wow. Now we're talking about communication here.
So what we're
like
talking
it.
about,
That's great.
right? So what we're talking about, you hear it in the quantum physics now all the time, put in the sense of we're all connected through the quantum field. And so that's what we're experiencing, right? So we're connected through our conscious awareness. And it's really about expanding and opening how you're sensing, how you're receiving information, fine-tuning that, and being able to direct it.
I do this with Reiki. I do long distance Reiki.
Right.
So I do understand what you're talking about.
Right.
But many people have probably never thought that they could just go ahead and do this.
So
They think they
exciting.
need to be trained when really all they need to do is tune into it.
Yes.
So I can see what you're good at is bringing out the clarity in somebody, bringing out the best in them on a much higher level.
Right. We just keep
Yeah.
really tuning in. When I teach animal communication, that's one of the vehicles. It's really that process about tuning in. How do I receive information? Whether it's animal communication, energy healing, or connecting with nature, connecting with the trees, connecting with the water, with whatever it is, it's opening through our own sensory system. We all have 5 senses to whatever degree that we have them, and we all have this capacity. We can all open this further, and then for many people, and I work mostly with women, although not entirely, it's all of the self-doubt. Did I just make that up? Am I imagining that? And so really working with people through the process. The same thing with their business. Can I really do that? Do it, all the self-doubt,
Right.
all the self-criticism, all of the belief systems about what you can or can't do, and helping you stay true and grounded in through here.
Right.
Keep clearing and opening so that you can direct that focus wherever it's needed and keep listening, receiving, asking,
Stay grounded.
staying grounded. Huge.
Yeah, so
And
that's
clear.
great. So staying grounded
And present.
clarity,
Yes. There's so much
Um,
involved. Yeah.
being involved in actually controlling yourself instead of just letting life come at you.
I
Being
like
behind
to,
the steering wheel of your own life.
I like to look at it as clarifying our intention
Uh-huh.
and directing where we want to go with
Nice.
that, and making those choices. Like, for instance, this weekend I have a workshop called The Art of Flow, and it's really about practicing.
Now, what's that date? Is that
It's-
Saturday?
It's Saturday, February 10th. It's
February
here
10th?
in San Luis, and I'm going to be doing an online version of it coming up
So where's it going to be held?
in San Luis at my at One Heart Healing Center.
At One Heart Healing Center. Okay, and where's that? What's the address so people can GPS it?
Yes, so people need to register, and I will give you can go to onehearthealingcenter.com under events, and that will take you to a registration page and with more information about that particular workshop. But part of the reason that I was bringing that up is, and thank you for asking for that, is because it's really about that. How do we step into that flow inside of ourselves?
Mhm.
How do we direct that intention?
Right.
And one of the things that I absolutely love to do is directing that through the use of simple creative art journaling.
Oh, I like art journaling.
And
Writing on one page and drawing a picture on the other page?
so I do a combination of things so that
Uh-huh.
we're really bringing the intuitive and the linear rational mind together,
Okay.
so that we're working with beliefs and what's in this particular workshop, what's been working, what hasn't been working, how we can celebrate that, how we can depict that, and so that what I see, because I've been using this process for close to 30 years, it keeps evolving, is that when we do this process of writing and using color and picture symbolic representations, it's not like advanced art like Da Vinci, for instance, that's not what this is about. It's about really having a way of expressing that allows your intuitive aspects to come forward and connect with the linear, with your mind, with our thoughts, and really being able to balance that, and that helps anchor it so that instead of picturing, oh my God, the worry thing, the anxiety and the
Right.
fears of I can't do this or I don't know how to do that, which just creates a block and keeps you there, and picturing that and more of that, to really opening to what is it that you really want to create and holding that intention and being able to work through a process of bringing that out onto the paper. Because the more you can write and do this process, the more likely you are to be able to create that.
That's really good. Yeah, that's a good process. I like to journal. I like to write down my 10 wishes. I have a new moon journal, I do a similar thing, but it really works.
Yes, absolutely.
And I go back and cross them off as they happen.
Yes. Right. And so when you keep checking in with that, and working with it, you're gonna have more likelihood of being able to create it and looking at what are the steps to be able to create that.
So what I see also is that you help quell that thing in people, in humanity, that fear of success. That's something that's real. There's a lot of people out there that are afraid to be successful. I don't know why we do that, but I look at it this way: there's love and there's fear. That's it. So unless you're loving yourself and doing a great job and doing what you really intended to do, then you're in fear. Yeah. So I like the fact that you can help people step out of that.
It's like stepping through, and so I call it stepping in sync.
Oh, nice.
Just for that reason.
Yeah.
Sandy, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What is your horse's name?
Ibis, Ibis.
Well, I'm interested in your story about your horse, so let's check that out in the next video, okay?
That'd be great.
All right, love life and life will love you back. Thank you very much, ladies.
Okay.
Thank you.